Hi, my name is Karen Vernon. I'm attending Northern Arizona University, earning my master's degree in educational technology. One of my projects was to create an online learning environment. I chose to create a course called Reach for the Stars, the doTERRA Way. When beginning the creation of this course, I set the stage by determining overarching goals. My first goal was to create a personalized online collaborative training, and then secondly, to build an open network learning environment, or ONLE. This is a type of environment where instructors and learners become sharers in the knowledge creation process. I also determined what needed to be taught. First, I conducted a needs assessment by sending out a Google form to multiple people to find out what their experiences have been and what they wish that they had learned or wanted to learn about the doTERRA business. Next, I sought out some help from experts. Then I determined where my course would be housed. I chose a blog because that's a familiar environment for many people. I also determined that this course should be completed within 3 months. However, it is self-paced. I created tabs for each one of the lessons on the blog. The first tab is called Getting Started. This is where the IPC, or Independent Product Consultant, can experience a successful entrance to the company by first discovering the company mission and value set through reviewing the company policies. Next, understand what certified pure therapeutic grade means in terms of essential oils. The term used by the company is CPTG. IPCs need to learn what that means both to them and to their customers. Also, they need to learn some basic terminology to function within this business environment. This particular tab is highly individualized and more traditional in nature. The first tab assessment is to complete a KWL chart to first write down what they already know about essential oils, and then to write what they want to know or questions that they may have. What they learned will be reserved for a later time in the course. Next, I created a Padlet for them to share initial questions. This is mostly learner-instructor interaction, but it's a great way to help learners get their feet wet in an online learning environment. There will also be a quiz that IPCs can take to test their knowledge on through a traditional online educational setting. These quizzes are found in doTERRA University. Also, there will be an optional forum for them to try out if they so choose to get their feet wet at this point. Tab 2 is where they'll set up their first orders and really begin some online communication through forums. They'll need to understand loyalty rewards and personal volume. Entering into their virtual office, maybe for the first time, setting up their first personal orders, and learning the difference between 50, 100, and 125 personal volume orders. This will be accomplished through online forums with both question and answer forums that will be available throughout the course for any question that an IPC may have, and some assigned forums with questions that they will be discussing in this particular tab. We'll also use Google Chats and Hangouts at specific times for some synchronous discussion. Also, face-to-face and phone calls are encouraged if instructors are in an area where they can have that access to their new IPCs. If that's not possible, though, that is why we have this totally online environment. The third tab on the blog is to help an IPC become a visionary. Entrepreneurs are naturally visionary people. They will be creating and sharing a visionary board. They'll set some goals and begin to share in an interactive environment, posting their images of their visionary boards to the forum. They can create those visionary boards any way they choose, though. With paper and pencil, they can use their great scrapbooking skills or create an electronic version, such as the example that I provided in the course. We'll also begin thinking about how this particular environment helps them and their team. The fourth tab will be to set up their businesses. This is where they'll create email signatures, begin social sharing and networking, and continue online collaboration. They'll choose only one social sharing or networking tool at this time and concentrate on just that. This tab, of course, can be revisited by IPCs who want to add more skills to their personal bank. The fifth tab is building their business. This is where they'll learn to enroll new IPCs and get ready to teach others. This is the place where their business will truly take off to the stars. This is where they will become the instructors in this environment and bring their IPCs through this process. This is our initial course in Reaching for the Stars, the doTERRA way. IPCs can revisit this process at any time. They can help walk their new IPCs through the process. I do not have to be the facilitator for everything. That is the ONLE environment, where everyone becomes the creator of knowledge and the expert in whatever they know best. Other tabs will be added and resources to help support IPCs as they move through this process, to help them with the Web 2.0 tools, setting up accounts, putting email signatures in their email, and so forth. Anything that is needed or brought up by IPCs can be added to this course as we move forward. Hopefully, the feedback that they provide will help us to make a satisfying experience for all participants. Thank you.